Another win for RCB, 4 wins in 4 matches and plenty of records broken. The third highest 10-wicket win in IPL history, and Devdutt Paddikal becomes the only third uncapped player to hit a century. So I enjoyed the game thoroughly, but talk me on this, Maitreya. Paddikal's 101 not out, the 20-year-old youngster after recovering from COVID to playing a major tournament like IPL and facing world class bowlers and then hitting an 100. Last year, he had a brilliant IPL season and it continues.
Yeah, so as you have said, Paddikal's 100 was really great because 101 in 52. He hit six sixers and 11 fours. So you should have seen. We were thinking like he has become out of form, but he has shown that he has come back to form. So I feel right from the start, the power play from there itself he started. So he and Virat Kohli, I feel since both of them have come back to form, I feel it will be great for RCB and for Paddikal for his future. I feel if he continues with this batting in this whole tournament, I feel he'll be brilliant choice for the Indian team in the future. So he's still only 20 years old. So I feel he still has a way long career ahead of him. So I feel this will help him a lot.
Yeah, and he recovered from COVID positive and shows his mental strength, coming from recovering from COVID and then playing a major tournament like IPL. Talk me on this point.
Yeah, so yeah, it's really tough for someone to recover and then score such brilliant innings because we have seen COVID. It was so many have been affected, and after they have recovered, they don't get the form right away. So in 3 matches after that, he has got back his form. So I feel it's as I've said, there's a lot of mental strength required as well as a lot of hard work from him and lot of courage also. So I feel he has been preparing for this for so many years. I feel he's just 20 years old. So I feel for the last 4 or 5 years, I'm thinking that he's been preparing for all these situations. I feel for making a career ahead of himself, a huge career he has. So I feel recovering from COVID and then playing this innings, I feel is really great from his part, and we should really encourage him so that he'll play many more innings like this.
Yeah, he's a centurion we have talked about, but Virat Kohli is back in form. You have told that, but yeah, 72 of 47 balls. He struggled initially, but could get over it after facing some 25 balls. It was a nice knock from him and also a nice support from Virat that he gave to Paddikal. So, Maitreya, one thing I would like to talk about RCB is that every player is a match winner this season. I don't know what happened this year, but RCB is looking really very dangerous. And talking about the opening pair from RCB, it suits each other, I would say, because you have Paddikal, you have Kohli. We have seen last year Paddikal attacks in the first 6 overs and then falls behind in strike rate and dot balls in the after the 6 overs he faced. But it didn't happen yesterday. He didn't struggle after the 6 overs. He continued his batting form throughout the balls he faced. So it was good. Maybe last year that was the way he got adjusted to the IPL the first year, but it suits each other because Virat takes time to adjust and then he plays good shots. So you have Paddikal who's attacking and then you have Virat who's getting adjusted and then you have Virat Kohli going to he'll attack after the first 6 overs. So I think it's a good opening pair, in terms of their form.
Yeah, as you have said, I really like the opening pair because we have seen Paddikal last season also he was the highest run scorer for RCB. So I feel in the first season itself he made a big impact there. So uh, I feel the opening pair Virat Kohli now back to form and Paddikal also back to form. So I feel uh, Paddikal is just 20 years old. So he can still have like 10-15 years in RCB. He can be or even 20 years. So I feel he has a way long career ahead of him. And with Virat Kohli opening pair, I feel both the with a world class player like Virat Kohli, I feel Virat Kohli can understand Paddikal more, and I feel it will help him get his spot in the Indian team also. Batting with the Indian captain and learning about how to bat, I feel the way they work closely and bat closely, I feel it'll earn him a spot in the Indian team also. So I feel it's a really good opening pair for them.
Yeah, it was a comfortable win, and it was a 10 wicket win, right? And I could see Glenn Maxwell padded up, and after some time he removed his pads, so there was no urgency for him. He said he loved enjoying Paddikal and Virat Kohli bat. So that was very good from Paddikal and Virat Kohli. The way they batted, there are some situations when batters who are playing at 3, at 4, at 5 will need. They would be thinking, some wickets need to fall. I need to go out and bat and prove myself. But Glenn Maxwell said yesterday was a different situation, and I enjoyed them batting together.
Yeah, so we have seen Glenn Maxwell telling this. So I feel it's just the sportsmanship that's in Maxwell, and we have seen all the spectators and the players have enjoyed these innings. So I really feel the confidence from Maxwell also improved those two, because when a batsman sees in the dugout, if he sees a player being paired up, then he might feel, oh, they might think that I may become out in anytime soon. So, but if they see no one is paired up, then they have more confidence that they can still bat more, and that the team has more confidence on them. So it is a really good thing to watch this, because uh, I never expected this, but as Maxwell is saying this, but I'm surprised by Maxwell. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was RCB's 200th match, in IPL that they played, and what is a way to celebrate their 200th match? You got a centurion, right?
Yeah, that's really special for them, because all these years, these 200 matches, they have been trying to get the IPL Cup. So they have gone very closely. They have come to two finals. So I feel three finals they have come. So I feel they really deserve this year the IPL Cup, because they have come very close and seen the defeat. So I feel it's really hurting for them, and I feel this year they planned really well and came up. So every player is a match winner for them, as you have said. So I feel this year's RCB team is very terrific, and I really feel they deserve the cup.
Yeah. Okay, let's not waste time, and let's have a look at the match summary. Rajasthan Royals 177 for 9. Shivam Dubey 46 of 32 balls. Tewatia 40 of 23. Rian Parag 25 of 16. And then bowling from RCB, Siraj 3 for 27. Arshal Patel 3 for 47. And then RCB, Paddikal 101. Virat 72. So that was it, the match summary. RR lost early wickets. Sanju Samson again couldn't score big, Maitreya. Talk about Sanju Samson. He has a responsibility of captaincy, and he has scored 100. Not talking about that, but his consistency is not able to give it to the RR team. And, as a captain, we need responsible innings from him. They have lost Ben Stokes. They have lost a lot of players, right?
Yeah, as I said, we need consistency from the captain. So if the captain is consistent, I feel the team players will be more encouraged. So we are seeing this is the first season as Sanju Samson as a captain. This is the first season for him. So I feel it's tough for him also to balance their all the responsibilities and the batting form. So this innings, 21 of 18, I felt those 18 balls, I feel if he would have batted more, I feel he would have hit a lot more. So he just got adjusted. He took the 18 balls to get adjusted to the situation there, and just as he got adjusted, I feel they took his wicket. So he really has to work on starting from the beginning, because in T20 we can't take 20 balls to get adjusted. We have to really move quick. So I feel since the first two wickets fell there, Butler and Manan Vohra, those two became out early in the innings. So I feel Samson got the pressure there. As a captain, he got the pressure. As a batsman, he got the pressure. So I feel everywhere there's pressure on him. So he took time to start, but just when he was trying to hit the shots, when he was into the innings, I feel he became out this time. So I feel he'll improve a lot more and come back strongly the next game.
Yeah, and I want to talk about RCB's bowling, Maitreya. Their death bowling is really good. They're economical sometimes, but they take a lot of wickets. We have seen versus MI beat versus MI beat versus SRH beat versus KKR beat versus RR. They have taken a lot of wickets, and it's because of one man, Arshal Patel, and also their power play is good because of Mohammad Siraj. He has already bowled 50 dot balls in this IPL season. No, it's very good from Mohammad Siraj, right? He's giving that good starts, and sometimes he takes the wickets in the starting overs. So talk about Mohammad Siraj.
Yeah, Mohammad Siraj is really excellent there because we have seen him in the Test series. There, he bowled really brilliant. The batsman couldn't even hit him so much. So I feel he's bowling the same way because uh, I feel he's taking the wickets as well as not giving away too many runs. So I feel that's the approach he has to make. And seeing even the other RCB bowlers, they're really bowling well. They're taking the wickets at the correct intervals. When the batsman is getting adjusted, they take his wicket. So that's really important. And especially Siraj, if you talk in the power play when he bowls, I feel power play is a time when the batsmen like to go free, like they have to open up themselves and hit it. Because the opening batsman, that's a time when only two fielders are outside the 30-yard circle. So I feel they'll try to go big. But Siraj, the way he's bowling, the batsman just cannot hit outside the circle, 30-yard circle. He tries to go for the big shots and he's caught. So I feel it's really tough the way Siraj is bowling. I feel he has come back and learned a lot more. So I feel it's really good for the RCB. All their bowlers are good. They're taking uh, wickets at the correct intervals, and the spinners, if you see, or the fast bowlers, if you see, everyone is performing really well. So I feel their bowlers and the batsmen, all of them are really match winners for them, every one of them. So I feel they have the perfect 11 this time. They have the perfect 11.
Yeah, enough we have talked about RCB, but let's move on to Rajasthan Royals. They need to go with the same 11, somewhat similar 11 the whole of the season. And Sanju Samson will be struggling. He lost a lot of key players, and so how do they need to go? And also that Shreyas Gopal's inclusion didn't work. We talked about this in the previous show. Uh, we talked about whether Shreyas Gopal's inclusion may affect RR in defeating our RCB, but it didn't. So talk about this, Maitreya.
Yeah, so I feel, as I said, inclusion didn't make a difference in this match, but I feel because he was bowling to like players like Paddikal and Virat Kohli, the time he came in, I feel they were all set and they were ready to go through the innings. So I feel he should be given a bit earlier, and the I feel as a batsman also, I feel he can be promoted a little bit up the order because he has faced four balls and he has hit 7 runs. So he hit a six in that. So I feel as a batsman we can promote him a little more upper there. So if wickets fall also. So I feel since RR doesn't have many options, as I've said, many of them have got injured. So I feel they need to go on with him. They need to go on with him. They don't have many more options. So going on with him is the only choice now, since this match all the bowlers for them didn't bowl well because no one has taken a
Yeah.
wicket, and they were not so economical. No, not many of them were economical. So I feel it was not the bowler's mistake, just that the batsmen who they were bowling to were very uh, they were right into the batting. Like we, no bowler can stop them that match. So I feel it's not, we cannot point to one bowler and say he didn't do well. It was all the bowlers who couldn't do well
You're
in
right.
this match. So we just can give Shreyas Gopal one more chance to prove himself. So since not every bowler hadn't performed well, so I feel he deserves to get one more chance.
Yeah, that's right. And it was a comfortable win for RCB, and Particles 100 was special. But I waited to talk about this, Maitreya. India's future with Particle, yeah, with youngsters like Particle, Gaikwad, Ishan, Kishan. Three youngsters, three of them are match winners. Only that Ishan Kishan isn't scoring runs as of now. That's not a worry. It's the early stage of IPL. But Maitreya, talk me on this. Paddikal, Gaikwad, and Ishan Kishan. How are they going to shape up India's cricket future?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. And so I feel it will be really great because these three youngsters, they are in their early 20s and they have been doing really well. Ishan Krishna has already made his debut for India. So I feel if these two also join, it will be a great combo there because now these players, I feel Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, these players have batted for almost the past 10 years. So I feel we need a change of players. Like in the next, after the next 5 years, I feel surely they will be needing a change of players, and I feel these players, especially in the T20 format, are we should go to them because we have seen in the IPL just the beginning of their career for all these three players, and they have already performed really well in the IPL, which is a really big tournament, the world class tournament. So I feel for them to come to the Indian team is really great. All of them are good at batting. All of them are aggressive. All of them have control over their shots, not that they go over and simply hit those loose shots. All of them have control over their shots and they bat. So I feel uh, we need this kind of batsmen like now Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. These are the three main batsmen, KL Rahul, these four. So I feel in the coming future these three will replace them to continue the legacy, I feel. So I feel these three are really important and they should keep on continuing to their form so that they get more call-ups for the Indian team and they can really show their talent and make their place in the Indian team.
Yeah, now let's look at the match number 17, Punjab Kings versus the defending champions Mumbai Indians. And I'm obvious that MI will win comfortably versus Punjab Kings. Yes, Maitreya, we'll talk about Punjab Kings first. They make a lot of changes throughout the season. They do it consistently, the changes. But now Fabian to make their batting depth. But now Richardson, do you think he should come back and to their bowling rescue because their bowling was bad last match? Do you think going with Richardson is fine, or do you think they need to stick on with Fabian Allen?
Yeah, uh, both are like good players, Fabian Allen as well as Richardson. But I feel Allen is more better because I feel he's an all-rounder there, and I feel he can bat as well as bowl. So I feel we can have Allen more than Jay Richardson because I feel for Punjab every match we cannot say that because one player was in the match doesn't mean that is why the bowling became bad because there's no consistency in the team itself. We have seen one match they're hitting in 200s, other match they're not able to chase it. So I feel there should be some consistency in the team. It means that from the start itself they have to like batsmen have to start from the beginning, and then the bowlers have to start from the beginning. So like the batsmen have to hit in the power play itself without losing a wicket in the power play, and then the bowlers have to take wickets in the power play. That should be the strategy. So I feel it's not about whom they take or what. They can take any one of them, but it just means that they have to work on and keep on their plans, and that if their plan works, I feel that's a way they win the match. But as of now, their plan hasn't worked much. So I feel all the players should be coming to form, and I feel they should bat. So it really doesn't matter. But I feel they can continue with Allen because he's a bit more all-rounder. He can give the batting as well as the bowling. So I feel we can have the batting depth in the team because if there is same fall of wickets, I feel he'll be there. So we can have him more than Richardson because he has had enough matches, Richardson. So I feel we should give Allen one more chance.
Yeah, another point to talk about is they need to actually bring in David Malan? So as I said, they always make changes, and David Malan could be the number one T20 batsman, but the conditions in Chennai, does it really favor David Malan? And also that David Malan is the same type of player like KL Rahul. He consumes the balls initially and then goes on to attack. So you already have players like KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal. So when you have all those kind of players, I don't think it's good for Punjab Kings. But do you think they should bring in David Malan? They could do two changes to actually go in this match. They could either make Gale open because he has a better strike rate in the first 6 overs, the power play, and play Mayank Agarwal at three, or uh, stick with the same thing, whatever they did?
Yeah, as I've
Which
said,
one
I
do you think
feel
is better?
I feel Gale can open because after one wicket falls, I feel the by the time six overs might not be over. I feel when Gale comes into the game, I feel he takes some time. I feel when he's coming one down or two down, but I feel when he comes in the power play itself, I feel since there are only two fielders outside the 30-yard circle, I feel he can play the shots. Even if he mistimes the shot, it can't go. It may not go to the fielder. It may be in a no man's land. It might go to four. So I feel him coming in the power play, they can try it because now they are losing a lot of matches and they need something to work out for them. So I feel KL Rahul can start because KL Rahul has always given good starts. So I feel if KL Rahul and Chris Gale bats, I feel they can take a difference. They can make a difference. So I feel it's no worry. They can try it out, but they just need to. Means I don't think they will do that because once they go on with their plan, I feel they'll stick on to their plan like Mayank Agarwal because in one match Mayank Agarwal had hit. So I feel they need to come up and change the plans without doubting anyone. So I feel bringing Chris Gale is a really good option as you have said. So, but they might not do it. So we might feel that they need to do it, but I feel they will stick on to the usual starting. So I feel we should expect more from Mayank Agarwal.
Yeah, and also Nicholas Puran, already three ducks in four games that he has played. So Nicholas Puran, do you think David Malan should replace him? I think personally David Malan is better than Nicholas Puran, but in some situations like David Malan takes time. But if he's in a pressure situations, I'm sure that he starts attacking. We have seen in the fifth T20, he started attacking from the front, right? So
Yeah,
it depends on the situation. David Malan knows how to handle. So I think David Malan maybe give another chance to Nicholas Puran and play then David Malan. But it will be good if they try out now because it's the early stage of IPL and already they have lost three matches and they can't go further with losing some more matches, right?
yeah, they can really try it because now they have already lost so many matches in the beginning itself. So I feel David Malan, we have seen his uh, career records, statistics, his averages, his highest scores, everything. So I feel he has really in the T20 format, he is like a really good person there, one of the top five people in the T20 format. So I feel we should really bring him in instead of Nicholas Puran because we have seen already three ducks in four matches. That's not really good. So I feel they have to make this change. It's really important. So they have given enough chances to Puran. He hasn't proved himself yet. So I feel they can't take any more risk. Already they have lost many matches. So I feel it's a high time they make this change. I feel so they really need to do this change.
And also KL Rahul's strike rate, right? He has a very low strike rate in the IPL, that is IPL matches that he has played. He takes a lot of time to settle and then play. Now it's time for him to attack because last year he has won the orange cap, and now also he has a doubt in whether he is going to come into the T20. Yes, he has good form presently, but we have seen in the T20 international series versus England, he couldn't perform well. And Shikhar Dhawan is also doing good in the T20. I mean the IPL. So when you have Shikhar Dhawan also playing good, I think KL Rahul needs to start attacking from the front so that his spot also is concerned, right?
Yeah, I feel KL Rahul has to make it this IPL because it's a really different scenario now because Shikhar Dhawan has come back to form. And now if KL Rahul doesn't come back to form, I feel his career will go off as like just like Rahane. Rahane used to be the top player there in the T20, but after his form started declining, they pushed him out of the ODIs and T20s side and they put him only in tests. So I feel if KL Rahul doesn't make a change fast, if he doesn't come back to form fast, I feel his career will go like Rahane. So I feel he has to make that change now. He has to show his strike rate, how he can bat. Because we have seen last year, as you said, he is an orange cap winner. So I feel he really needs to make this change and it's high time because already 4 matches are over and many people will be watching him because this tournament results. I feel the form people have in this tournament will be essential for them choosing in the World T20 squad. So I feel it's really important because now there's more competition for him. Rohit Sharma is always in form; he'll be chosen, and Shikhar Dhawan him. It will be a really big fight there between them. So I feel it will be really tough if he doesn't get back to form. So he should get back to form
Yeah,
as
yeah.
soon as
Not that
possible.
KL Rahul is not in form. He has scored runs, but the strike rate because um,
Yeah, in T20, scoring
yeah,
runs is not strike rate is more important than scoring runs. So
yeah,
I
exactly.
feel players will watch the. I feel the selectors and everyone will watch the strike rate of the player in T20. So I feel that's how they choose the World Cup players. So he should come back and hit faster because he's opening now. I feel he should start right from the power play there. So he has a chance to prove himself. So he's a captain, so he can put him to whichever position he's really comfortable in. So he knows his position, whichever he's comfortable in. So I feel he should start from there. And I feel whenever he comes into bat, either it's opening or it's in the one down or two down, whenever he comes into bat, I feel he should start right from the front and hit runs as well. So he should increase his strike rate as well as hit many runs. So I feel that should be his agenda now, as well as a captain trying to get wins now and leading his team. I feel he has more responsibility and burden now. As a captain, he has responsibility, and as a player, he needs to show his strength and his abilities. So I feel it will be really tough for him in the coming matches, but he has to manage and do well.
Yeah, I think if KL Rahul strikes today from the front, from the start, I think there are chances for Punjab to win today. That's what I can say. But let's move on to Mumbai Indians. They have lost two matches. They have won two of them that they have played. And there's not much to talk about them because everyone is good in their team. But as of now, Ishan, Kishan, Surya Kumar Yadav, and Hardik Pandya, they aren't doing good. Their strike rate isn't good. They're not scoring much runs. But it's the early stage of IPL, and also that Mumbai Indians haven't scored big totals so far in the four matches they have played. So is that a worry for them?
Yeah, so it shouldn't be as of now. If they're winning matches, I feel they didn't worry till now because they lost some, they won some. They haven't lost many matches. So I feel they have to worry now because this is the beginning stage of the IPL, the first 4 5 matches itself. So I feel now after seeing the first 4 5 matches, I feel they have to make the changes accordingly and put in the right players into the team. So whichever changes, the bowling side or the batting side, even though they have won many matches, they have lost many matches. That doesn't matter because for any IPL team, it's not about more than winning and losing. I feel they have to make the correct choice of players in the next match. So for every match they have to take the positives from there and move on. So I feel they have to come up with the right players and continue. So as you have said, I feel if they make the right changes now, I feel it will be beneficial for the future matches of the IPL in this season. So I feel they have to make the changes.
Yeah, well, that's our preview for Mumbai Indians versus Punjab Kings.